Sam, now it's time for math. All right, I would say math's my favorite, but it's not. I like handwriting. Most of you guys think handwriting is boring, but I like handwriting. Okay, so today, before we get started, I want to go over some things. You know what a square is, right? A square? Okay, I think you're a square. No. Okay, so a square. We know what a square is, right? You know what a square is. Here's a quick picture of a square. A little square and a square. That's a square. You know what a square is, okay? But a square has four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So if I show you the square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a square has 4 sides, and the length of all 4 sides is the same. So if I take my ruler and measure that, I did my best to do that. 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. And will you trust me that the other two are 4 centimeters? Okay, so 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters. A square also has 4 angles. What's an angle? An angle is where 2 line segments meet. Boom, boom. So this is an angle right here, right where I circled. Okay, that would be an angle, that's an angle, and that's an angle. So I circled all the angles. Okay, it's where the 2 lines meet. That's an angle. Now in math, so if a square has how many angles? 4. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. So a square has 4 sides, 4 angles. All the sides are the same length, and they're all, it's called right angles. So a right angle is when one angle comes like this and the other one is perfectly square. Okay? Here's a picture of a right angle, right? You see that? That's a right angle. It's kind of half a square. And normally in math, to represent or to mean a right angle, there's like a little box down there. See how I drew that little box in there? Normally in math, and you're going to get that pretty much all through high school. If something is represented, it has a right angle. Look at the wall of your house. It's a right angle. It has a floor that's flat, and then one that goes straight up and down. That's a right angle. Okay, in math, right angle. So I'm going to take my square that I drew and circled all the angles. Just for fun, I put little right angle marks on there, just so you know that they're all right angles. Now, if I were to measure them all, they all had 4 centimeters. So I'm just going to, just for fun, I'm going to write 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters. So I wrote 4 centimeters all the way around there. See that? 4, 4, 4. It's a tornado. Okay, so we got 4 centimeters. So that's a square. It has 4 right angles, 4 sides. All the sides are the same length, okay, centimeter, or the same length. That is a square. Now you know what a rectangle is, right? I know you've heard these words before. A rectangle is very similar to a square, except it has 2 pairs of sides that are the same. Plus a rectangle has right angles. Okay, so a rectangle has 4 right angles. See, I put the little right angle symbols in there. But these 2 sides are the same length, and these 2 sides are the same length, but this isn't equal to this. Okay, that makes a rectangle. Okay, rectangle has 4 sides. That's different. You know the difference between a rectangle and a square just by looking, but that's an explanation. And a rectangle does have right angles, okay, but it doesn't have equal sides all the way around like a square. Did I talk too fast? Hope not. Americus's I'm sure she can explain that to you if you need it more. Okay. So number one, draw a square with sides that are 3 centimeters long. So number one is you want to draw a square with the sides each 3 centimeters long. You have a ruler, draw that. And then it says, look at these angles. Yours is going to be in color. Look at these angles. Are they squares? Remember what I talked about the characteristics of squares? No, they all have 4 sides, but they're not squares. So number 3, 4, and 5, or 3 and 4, tell me, just answer the questions. Number 5, is this a square? Yes or no? Tell me why. Yes, comma, tell me why. No, comma, why. Okay, so tell me why. This page, we went over how to draw a rectangle. It says, use a centimeter ruler, draw a rectangle that is 6 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide. So 6 centimeters long. Did I get that right? 3 centimeters wide. So it's going to be shorter and long. Just draw a 6 inches by 3 inch rectangle either way. Then I know what you're talking about. All right, then it says, look at these shapes. Are these rectangles? Yes or no? Tell me why. Remember the characters of rectangles. Equal, equal. And these 2 sides aren't equal to these 2 sides, but these 2 sides are equal to each other. Okay, explain that to me. Just tell me why. And remember the right angles things. Rectangles have right angles. Do those have right angles in them? No. There are no right angles. I'm giving you a hint. There are no right angles on this one, on either of these. But they do have 4 sides. And it actually looks like the length of this line is the same as that line, and the length of this line is the same as that line. But what are they missing that rectangles have? I just gave you the hint a few minutes ago. And then it says, is this a rectangle? That's kind of a trick question. And I'll give you some room on that. I'll give you some wiggle room on that one. And I'll go over that. Okay. And then we're going to talk about triangles. Remember we talked about T-R-I. Triangle has 3 sides. A trike is a little bike with 3 wheels. In baseball, if you hit the ball and go all the way to third base, it's called a triple. Okay, tri. Up in Red Lodge, they have the triple chair. 3 people can sit on it. Tri, okay? So it wants you to measure each side of triangle A. What did you discover about the sides? So on this triangle, measure all the sides with your centimeter ruler and tell me what you found out about it. So you'll see something. This one, measure each side of triangle C. What did you discover about the sides? You'll discover something if you measure all 3 and then just kind of mark them. I don't know how many centimeters this is. The first one, this is 4 centimeters. See how I just marked that? What you should probably do is mark it too, and mark each side, and then see what's going on each of those. You'll discover something if you measure carefully. Okay, and then it says measure at the bottom. I already drew the loop. Draw a loop to show how much longer the longest side is than the shortest side. I drew the loop. This is the loop you want. So this is the longest side. One of these is the shortest side. I'm not sure which one. Okay, and then it says the longest side is how much longer than the shortest side. How much? So you're gonna have to do a little math. Minus or plus or minus. Or minus. Okay, so measure the sides. How much longer is the longest side and the shortest side? And give me the answer. Show me the math on the page. And this is a fun thing. I love this. A quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. And I hope you're pausing me as we go. A shape with 4 sides, quadrilateral. A pentagon has 5 sides. Penta means 5. If you know anything about the Bible, the first 5 books of the Bible is called the Pentateuch. In Washington, D.C., there's a building that's shaped like a pentagon. It's called, well, the Pentagon. Okay, so a pentagon has 5 sides. Penta means 5. And a hexagon is a shape with 6 sides. Hex sounds like 6. That's how you can remember that. Okay, hexagon, hex, 6. Okay, triple, 3. All right. So on this, it says, how many sides? How many angles? Blah, blah, blah. Answer that. Answer those questions. And that's it for math. And I know I went really fast. So if you want to go back, you can start over and pause me, or maybe you pause me all the way through. This is our 4th day doing that. Hopefully you're doing that already. So that would be it for math today. So get that done and bring this in on Monday. I'll be excited to see all your great hard work. I miss you, Sam. See you soon. And next I will do the read aloud. And that will be our last one. I don't even think there's a worksheet to go with the read aloud. So you can just sit back and enjoy that. So see you soon.